Which one of us dares draw a harsh line between art, craft, and life? Gilbert M. Grosvenor, cabinet maker and book editor. To turn a vision of oneself into a tangible result requires commitment, skills, and the right tools for the job. This is making a masterpiece of your life. Life is an ancient journey. For some, it is a journey measured by the time that passes between the twin events of birth and death. For others, it is a timeless, never-ending road into eternity. However long, whether finite or infinite, at one time or another, many of us have wondered what to make of our lives. For a lot of people, life was never taught as a take it apart and put it back together system of identifiable parts, each one fitting into the big, well-oiled machinery of the universe. Life for most is just experienced, like a balancing act. From balancing the checkbook to balancing the spiritual and emotional needs of ourselves and the lives of those around us. At other times, life can be like searching through the curiosities hanging on the racks of a vintage clothing store. Somewhere, among bits and pieces handed down through the generations, one might find a treasure. In truth, however, much is old and outdated. Yet we continue to search and sort and look for the priceless heirloom or its safeguarding for the next generation. Looking back from our vantage point across time as adults, many of us realize that our parents didn't have a system for teaching us life any more than we have one for ourselves and our children. It is no surprise then that a great many of us find ourselves flying through life by the seat of our pants. We have learned that to successfully navigate the journey of life requires the application of learned skills. It is rarely the result of bad luck. But which skills exactly? What will you say one day when the next generation asks, "What is life all about?" Will you say, "It's about getting a good education, working hard and making money to buy things and have a comfortable life"? Will you say, "It's all about being a good human being"? Or, "It's about God's plan"? Or will you say something else? How would you answer the question, what is life? Which skills would you learn and teach the next generation? What is the curriculum? A life curriculum. Like a school curriculum, making a masterpiece of your life is an organizing structure to guide anyone to approach the subject of life as an integrated practice. It is a framework of life skills subjects categorized into 5 elements upon which a well-rounded life skills education can be built. Welcome to making a masterpiece of your life, the art and science of skillful living through craftsmanship. To practice the whole of life as a craft, the way a craftsperson mindfully practices a trade like textile weaving or woodworking, requires that the myriad activities of life be systematically organized, managed, taught, and learned in a manner similar to the ways in which we organize, teach, and manage our trades, occupations, and professions. So we asked, how do we organize, manage, teach, and learn our trades and professions? For thousands of years, humankind has practiced countless trades and occupations from carpentry and stonemasonry to the baker's art and computer programming. Each successive generation of practitioners, from the young apprentice to the skilled journeyman and master craftsman, has grown and nurtured their crafts from simple beginnings into highly refined arts and sciences. Over time, as each craft becomes more widely known and practiced, An individual or a group of persons arises to record, catalog, and preserve the body of knowledge developed by practitioners of the craft. They labor to describe the features and compare the diverse techniques, methods, procedures, and tools, not to mention jealously guarded secrets of the trade, as practice and evolves from place to place and over time. From this experience come the teachers, individuals dedicated to the preservation of the knowledge and development of the craft, and schools arise wherein the systematically recorded practices are carefully taught, and the knowledge and the skills of each apprentice are carefully measured and tested for proficiency in each area of the craft. At the appointed time, after years of hard work and study, comes the craftsperson's journey work, the time to go into the world, armed with the knowledge and the skill to use the tools of the trade and to distinguish oneself as a journeyman or journeywoman in the applied practice of craftsmanship. And among the wide range of crafts practiced by humankind, there are certain basic elements we found in common use. 1. There is a distinguishing body of knowledge which defines and differentiates each craft as a whole, making it distinct from all others. 2. We often find the body of knowledge segmented into different portions, sections, or elements, the sum of the parts making up the whole. These may be different historical time periods in the growth and development of the craft, or sometimes a particular approach to the craft by an individual or a group composing schools of practitioners within the craft. 3. There is a hierarchy to the body of knowledge from the simple principles to the more complex, usually dictating which portions of the knowledge are appropriate for learning at each stage of development, starting with the apprentice or beginner, and moving onward to journeyman and journeywoman, skilled practitioner, to master craftsperson, advanced practitioner, and finally mentor, respected teacher. 4. There is a system of principles and methods employed in the preparation and use of the materials of the craft, the performance of the activities which make up the craft, and the equipment, instruments, or tools used in the practice of the craft. 5. There is a body of standards for measuring craftsmanship, the skillful practice of the craft, according to principles often established and regulated by a collective of practitioners called guilds, societies, and associations. Life as a craft. Like other crafts, life as a learned craft has a distinguishing body of knowledge which deals with the specific skills we learn to apply to our physical, mental, and spiritual experiences as human beings. 2. The body of knowledge is divided into 5 distinct components we call the 5 elements. Each element is a distinct vital part of the craft of life as a whole. Within each element are contained many individual life subjects or topics. The objective of the lifecraft practitioner is to achieve incremental excellence over time in all of the 5 elements. While it will take you a lifetime to master life as a craft, you will see results the minute you begin to practice. 3. The hierarchy of knowledge in lifecraft is learned progressively over 4 phases of living. This is the physical time frame in which the craft will be studied and practiced. Similar to the average 4 years of study to acquire a college baccalaureate, life as a craft is studied and practiced across 4 distinct periods of time, some periods or phases lasting up to 2 decades more or less. 4. Like schools, colleges, and universities, the system of principles and methods employed in life as a craft are established upon a particular philosophical foundation which governs the study and practice of the skills to be acquired. Life as a craft is built on the foundation of craftsmanship, examples of which are found in 1,000 variations in every culture across the world. 5. Each of the 5 elements and the individual life skills subjects must adhere to a standard. A standard is a model or benchmark used to measure and compare the quality of your craftsmanship. It is the foundation that you will build your practice of the craft of life upon. A true craftsperson will always use a true standard. There is no room for substituting a false standard giving only the appearance of craftsmanship. If the work is not done right, one day it will be uncovered and the craftsperson will be discredited. To practice life as a craft, you will have to choose a standard to measure your progress in the craft of life and your practice of craftsmanship. Craftsmanship performed to the highest standards endures. Workmanship of lowly standards reveals itself eventually and does not endure. Your ultimate decision of which standards you choose when you become a craftsperson of life will set the background for your everyday life, the results of your work, and your relationship with the world around you. While the 5 elements and the subjects contained within them can certainly be learned and practiced without any reference to the idea of life as a craft, or conducting oneself as a craftsperson, it is the applied practice of craftsmanship which makes practicing life as a craft unique. Life craft is not purely an intellectual science, nor simply an emotional or intuitive expression of life as art. The craft of life recognizes the skill and beauty, the art and science inherent in the practice of craftsmanship as the guiding principle for modeling one's actions and the way in which one organizes and manages the world within and without. Life craft is the art and science of skillful living. Thus, for life as a craft to be an applied system and not a quaint metaphor, you must decide whether or not you accept the idea that life can be practiced as a well-defined and managed craft with the goal of making a masterpiece of your life.
This is Charles Collins, inviting you to join us for the next episode of Making a Masterpiece of Your Life. Making a Masterpiece of Your Life is made possible by a grant from the Griffin House Trust.